Welcome to Toffee TV. The World Cup continues. It's been Group C and Group D today. 2 games from Group C and a absolutely huge game from Group D tonight. Let's talk about the earlier games. The 1 o'clock kickoff in the UK was Denmark versus Australia. Denmark took a quite early lead through Eriksson, fantastic strike, and then more VAR controversy. A penalty was given for a handball in the box. It was a free kick, a header from an Australian player, led onto an arm of a Danish player. The ref went back once the game had stopped, high up the field, and give a penalty. Now, it did strike the arm. It's whether it was deliberate or not. That's the rule, isn't it? Deliberate handball. But how many times do we see a penalty given for a ball striking a hand? And what constitutes deliberate? Is that just your hand being in an unusual position? I mean, for me, deliberate handball suggests that you actually physically put your arm somewhere to stop someone scoring, like we did in the Japan game versus Colombia the other day. That was deliberate handball because he's moved his hand. Does this contribute it? We see this far too much. The rules need to be simplified. I know in some countries that if the ball strikes an arm, it's a penalty, and that's the rule. And you know what? That's fine, because at least everybody knows where they are with that rule. With the rule at the moment, with the rule, nobody quite knows where they are, and that opens it up to argument. But again, listen, VAR has worked again. I don't care what anyone says about it. The VAR is a tool for the referee to go back and see if he's made a mistake. And he did, and then it's up to him to make that decision. It still comes down to the human in this instance, and he gave the decision. Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, it doesn't matter. He had a chance to address it, and as far as he's concerned, he got it right. Shednak scored, and Australia's second half were absolutely fantastic. But why again did they not bring Tim Cahill on? Bring him on save him for the last 10 minutes. I know he's 38 or whatever, but he's got something. He's got something that he can pop up and get that goal. He really has, and that's not just me looking at it through, blue tinted glasses. Tim Cahill has got a knack of getting that goal, and I just feel like this manager doesn't like him. He didn't come into coaching Australia till late. Well, I think it was after they qualified when their coach suddenly quit, and he's not staying on after the World Cup. And it just feels like he just doesn't like him, and he's just got him in there because it's politically the right thing to do and good for PR and all the rest of it. I just think it's a real mistake not giving him a game. Anyway, that finished 1-1. In the other game, France beat Peru 1-0 in a really not a very good game. Peru, the atmosphere again in this game was absolutely magnificent. It was mostly Peru fans in the ground, not too many French, and it was a scruffy goal that won the game. Peru dispossessing midfield by Pogba. He put in Giroud. This shot was saved by the keeper. Looked like it might have been going in, but as it was sort of trickling to the line, Mbappe made sure, which you'd have to make him the youngest ever French footballer ever to score in a World Cup, to make it 1-0. France looked really good towards the end of the first half, and then when the second half started, they just weren't at it at all, and that continued for the rest of the game. Peru had a few half chances, but never really pushed on, never really showed that desperation to win the game, which is strange because they're out now. And that's sad for them that they really haven't had a go. But France have got 6 points. They're through. But you know what? Denmark facing France in that last game, and Australia facing Peru. Australia have got to throw everything at this game now. Everything to try and get the 3 points. If they can get the 3 points and France do them a favour by beating Denmark, then Australia will go through. Whether they deserve it, I don't know. But, at the end of the day, if you get the points on the board, that's it. So this group is still open. France have got through without really getting going. They're gonna have to show better form though, to win this tournament. They really are. They've got all the players. They just haven't put it together yet. He changed things again today, but again, when it clicks, they look a really good side. But when it doesn't, they just look like individuals. And that's just the way it is for France. But they've got 2 wins out of 2, so I don't think they're going to be worrying about it. let's talk about individuals. Group D, the only game tonight. The other game is tomorrow. You know, it was Croatia versus Argentina. Everyone wanted to see if Messi could step it up, and sadly he couldn't. Croatia dominated this game, and in the second half took over, ended up winning the game 3-0. Looked really impressive, but the breakthrough come from a mistake by Willy Caballero in goal, trying to chip the centre forward. I'm going to say puts it on a plate for him, but you know what? It was an absolutely amazing finish by Rebic. He could have brought it down, took a touch and maybe put it in, but he hit it first time on the volley and it was magnificent. And you know what? It'd be got one of the goals of the tournament if it wasn't for the fact that the keeper put it on a plate for him. But it was an absolutely magnificent finish. And that was the end of Argentina. It really was. They huffed and puffed, but they couldn't get going. Modric scored an absolutely fantastic second goal with 10 minutes to go. Just bent it round the defenders to put it in the corner, leaving the goalkeeper with no chance. And Rakovic scored the third goal in the 92nd minute to just put the cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake or whatever to make it 3-0. And Argentina just looked an absolute mess. Messi couldn't get into the game again. And this is what annoys me about Argentina is that the manager for me has got it completely wrong, or the coach has got it completely wrong. He should have been doing what Ronaldo's had at Portugal. He should have said to that team, it's up to you. We've got the best player in the world, and it's up to you to sacrifice yourselves for him. But for me, the Argentina players don't look like they're prepared to do that. They look like they're individuals. Everyone wants to be the main man. Everyone wants to be in the spotlight. And it doesn't provide the space for Messi to work in. Don't get me wrong, Messi has really disappointed in the 2 games. But you've got to help him out. If you've got a talent like him, you've got to do everything you can for him. The Portugal players are organised. They're compact. They play to help Ronaldo get that one chance, and when he gets it, he takes it. And on the international level, he loves it. He loves the stage. You know, arguably he's a better player than Messi on the international level. He just thrives off the pressure, where Messi doesn't. Messi just gets frustrated and wants to play in that team dynamic. And Ronaldo really is a leader, but Argentina are just not a very good team. They just don't have good enough players. And the players they do have are individuals. They don't fit together. And that's what the coach was brought in to do, and he hasn't done it. And I feel bad for Messi, because people forget that he individually got them into the World Cup. They were struggling, and a late run and his goals got them in it. 4 years ago, people forget that he nearly single-handedly got them to a final. No one remembers that. They just seem to want to remember the disappointments about Messi. For me, he's the best of all time, but in tournaments, he just can't put it together on the world stage, or just can't get them over the line. And that's disappointing, because that's what people remember. But I choose to remember, club football, the bread and butter, where it is week in and week out during the season, not these tournaments. And Messi's been doing it for 10 years, as far as I'm concerned, at the highest level. And there's not many who can say that. And when it comes down to pure talent, he edges it for me over Ronaldo because of his pure talent. But then some people don't class it on pure talent, they class it on everything else. And that's fair enough. Let's just enjoy Ronaldo and Messi while we've got them. Because unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be too many more around like them. So it's magnificent to see them. It's just sad that Messi's not doing it. And they've got a real struggle on now to qualify. Iceland play Nigeria tomorrow, and if Iceland put it together, they can beat Nigeria, I think, comfortably, if they can put it together. And that would have them, in the last game with 4 points, playing against a Croatia side who might rest a couple of players. And Argentina then will have it all to do to qualify out of this group. So it's going to be a great final day, whatever happens. So there you go. That has been today at the World Cup. Thank you for watching Toffee TV. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Click the bell for alerts so you know exactly when a video comes out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.